Hi guys, how are you today? So today we're going to talk about saging. There's many different ways to sage. First of all, why do people sage? People sage to get rid of negative energy, to clear their house, for good energy to come in. So let's talk about the products. There's a lot of products. First of all, you can use salt when you sage, which I'll explain later. But this is Himalayan salt, and you will put it in a bowl. You can have bowls for your sage, because you must be very careful for the ashes and how they blow and fall. You will need any type of white candle, depending on what your wishes are. You can also burn a Palo Santo stick, which is good luck and brings in good energy. There are also many different kinds of sage sticks. There is the traditional white sage that many people use. Then there is the cedar sage, okay? And this cedar sage is used to cleanse a new home. It basically protects a person or a place from unwanted spirits or influences. So when you move or you buy something new, it doesn't have to be a home, it could be objects, you might want to sage with this, or especially if someone gives you something. Then there is the Yerba Santa, and this is used for many cleansing rituals, for spells, for healing. So if you want to cleanse yourself, it also clears your mind and opens your psychic abilities. And it is used for protection and purification. So this is another type. And then you can also use sweetgrass, which I have wrapped up in here. But this is actually what the sweetgrass looks like. When you buy it, you could make your own saging sticks that you fold like this, and you tie, and you just wrap and tie, and you could burn it. You could also put these over your door. I have one in my table centerpiece. It's hidden in there and stuck in there after I sprayed it and blessed it. You also can use sage incense. You can burn this while you do your ritual. You will need basically a feather or a fan to blow the smoke from the sage in whichever direction you want. So let's begin now. There are quick sages and there are intense sages. A quick sage is when you clean your house. So when you clean your house, you can open a window and you will sage, and you could do a quick sage. The corners are very important. You can roll your sage in front of a mirror. The mirrors are very important. And you can start at the north corner of your house, which you can easily find if you have an iPhone. You look at the compass and it'll show you where north is. If you don't, you can start at the front entrance and you go clockwise, okay? And what you will do is, when you take your sage, so let's say we're going to have a regular white sage. You will light your white sage. I can use a small bowl because I'm so used to handling it. So I just go like this around my house when I sage. You can use a large shell. They sell them specially for saging. Or you can use a larger bowl like this, which is my spiritual ashtray. And you can use it like this. I usually hold it like this because I push it in the corners, just the smoke, not the ashes. And you go around your house and you pray as you sage. Okay. When you want to do an intense saging, you have your house very clean. You open your windows, you open your closets, your drawers, your kitchen cabinets. You can just own. Then if you really want to bless your house, you can take a candle, any white candle. You can use one of these candles, which you can also light and let the drippings fall and just stand it up. Always look for safety. Or you can use a regular safe tea light candle, which looks like this, which is also very good. I personally, when I do a big heavy duty sage, I consecrate my candles, I oil them, and I make my intention on them. I'll put it under the candle. And then, so now your house is clean, your windows, your cabinets are open, you light your candle, you choose your sage, okay? And you could also burn sweetgrass. Like I said, if you want to sage with it, sweetgrass is very lucky. It's very, very good for you. It's it attracts good spirits. It's good for positive energy. If you want to pray over it, it's just very good. So you can make your own sage with this. So you'll tie it. You could tie it with a regular sewing needle thread, and you'll make a sage stick that will look similar to this once it's tied. And you could burn this and sage with this. Okay. But so now you will find, I find the north end of my living quarters, but you can also start with the front door. I also, when I light my candle, this is a sage incense. I will also light a sage incense. Sometimes, if you want to get tricky, I actually stick my sage incense right into my sage. I just push it down there and I even it out. See how this is going? Now look at that. It's right in there. So there is a sage incense. I light it all. It's easier to hold. You could break off the stick if you prefer, but this is a very good thing to do. I do it all the time. And also in my pot on my stove, I have a special pot, which I didn't bring out. You can use an ashtray or something, as long as it's safe. You can burn. This is a Santo Palo stick. This is also very, very good for blessings and good energy. So you can have this burning, and you can have your candle burning. And if your incense is not inside of your sage, you could have your incense burning. You can have all sorts of things. You will start from either the north point of your home or your front door. And when you find that. The other thing that I do is, because I am spiritual and I read cards and I have a lot of energy coming in and out, whether it be through phone or person, I fill bowls with salt. So this is my little sacred bowl. And I fill it up with salts. And I put these salts in my rooms. So here you have it. And I lay them out in my room. And the salts will attract all the negativity. Having the windows open will push out all the negativity. And I leave these salt bowls. I let them stay overnight to soak up any negativity that's left over, or any negativity that is in the house after I close my windows. And in the morning, I will take these bowls and flush them down my bowl, my toilet bowl. I will flush the water. You could go outside, you could throw it in a sewer, you could do whatever you want. I flush mine 2 or 3 times down the bowl to get rid of all my negativity. So once your candle is lit and everything is set up, then you will take your sage. You will walk around your home and you will just blow this in your corners and you say a prayer. Bless my house, please. Bring all good things to it. Good spirits, good wishes, happiness, and luck. All positive energy. Rid all negativity. Rid everyone's negative energy. I want it be gone. Only keep goodness in here, light, beauty, sacredness. And you pray as you walk around your house. Like I said, when you come to the corners of the room, you really will spiral. If you come in front of a mirror, you will spiral and you will bless your home like that. Now, if you are religious, I believe I left it outside, but if you're very religious and you want, you can also use holy water. So after you walk around your whole house and your apartment or home is blessed, I have a spray bottle marked holy water. And I go back around and I start again at the beginning where I started to do my saging. And I completely spray and pray, spray and pray, spray and pray. My flowers are all clean. I spray my plants and you just spray and pray. So now your house is completely blessed. If you are into crystals, I have crystals hanging from certain windows so that they can energize with the sunlight. I swirl my sage around my crystal, and then I just twirl my crystals because they're on strings and they're by the sun, and I ask for blessings. And it's very good. You don't only have to sage your home. You could also sage objects and items, new things. You could also sage people. When you sage people, you mostly have them extend their arms and their legs, and you walk around their body the whole way. You could do yourself too, and you sage yourself. Usually, if you stand still and you sage someone or an object, if the smoke rises nice, it's subtle, it just goes straight up, it's not a problem. But if you ever see the smoke really getting crazy or going a little nuts, to me, I would beware of that item. It's pretty negative. I get nervous about that. So there's many things that you could do and many things that you could bless. Now, the smoke can also bother a lot of people, asthmatic people or allergies. So then what you can do, there are different types of sage sprays. This one happens to be a juniper spray, but there are some that are not really so scented. And if you want, instead of using the smoke in the sage, or if you're afraid of the fire, because there are ashes, you can just spray this and you could walk around and pray and spray your home. That is an intense saging. So when you clean, so every once in a while, I do the intense saging, which I said I have a lot of activity going on because I do read cards and I am spiritual. So I have to chase out a lot of unwanted negative energy. But on a daily basis, when I do a nice cleaning, I will walk around and just sage or spray sage and just bless everything. Maybe light a little white candle, say a little prayer. That's not so intense. But every few months, I do a really, really intense saging. Okay, guys, so here you have it. Here are all your products. You have all your different sage sticks. You have your sage incense. You have your salts. You have your feathers. You can also use a fan. People also use a fan to blow the smoke in the corners. You have your Palo Santo. You have your sweetgrass and your white candles. And if the smoke bothers you, here's your sage spray